This week on Atlas Weekly, Gail Simone drops a new #1, Angela gets her own book, and I got a lot of cool toys.
And I've got a sweet werewolf book, wild animals, wild teenagers, Snake Plissken, and one more thing. It's a book about a bad mother.
Shut your mouth.
I'm just talking about Shaft, the comic.
I'm Harley here at the action-packed booth at the Virginia Comic Con, and you're watching Atlas Weekly.
The biggest book of the week by far is Angela, Asgard's Assassin, #1. It's written by Kieran Gillen, who's been rocking the Thorverse for a while now, with really sweet pencils by Phil Jimenez. If you're into the Thor world, or maybe a little Spawn, check this out. Jim Starlin brings us more Thanos this week, and now he's fighting the Hulk. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is about to go on a fall hiatus, which is a bummer for me and Hank, but in the absence, we will get Peggy Carter, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And this week, Marvel's dropped a one-shot filled with a bunch of reprinted stories to get you more acquainted with the character. Cullen Bunn kicks off his run on Army of Darkness, and Ash is going to space. It's also got a really sweet variant cover by Jay Shaw that's my cover of the week. It's a sweet E.T. homage. Speaking of covers, the Darwin Cook variants kick off this week with Action Comics, Detective Comics, Grayson, and Green Lantern. Gail Simone returns to her fan-favorite series, Secret Six. It's about bad guys doing potentially good things. Also, it's got a bit of a Saw vibe at the moment.
My pick of the week is Wolf Moon by Cullen Bunn. It's an awesome werewolf story with tons of really cool violence. The art's great. You should really check this one out. If you're a huge fan of Hellboy like myself, or have never checked it out, this is a great place to jump on. It's Hellboy BPRD 1952 by Mike Mignola and beautiful art by Alex Maleev. It tells the first story of Hellboy joining BPRD. Calling all fans of 80s action movies, there's Escape from New York #1 out this week. It's got Snake Plissken. Tooth and Claw #2 is out this week, and it's got an awesome variant cover by Alex Ross, and if you haven't had a chance to check it out, we've got plenty of #1s as well. If you've never had a chance to check out Pride of Baghdad by BKV, that's Brian K. Vaughan. It's kind of like what NPR would be covering during the war in Iraq if animals could talk. If you like to read your comics all at once in giant lap-crushing editions, have I got a deal for you. It's Morning Glory's Compendium. It's got the first 38 issues. If you haven't checked this out, it's almost like Lost, but featuring school kids, but not for kids. It's awesome. And finally this week, I've got Shaft #1. This is not a PG-13 watered-down Shaft. It is definitely an edgy, dark, streetwise Shaft. Check it out.
In non-comics related news, we had a lot of really cool stuff come in, but I can't quite remember what the coolest one is. DC Collectibles dropped a new 52 Hawkman figure, as well as the 2 new Capullo Designer Series figures, Mr. Freeze and Catwoman. The year is 1989. You're at home with your Nintendo Entertainment System playing the game based on the Batman movie. You think to yourself, man, I want an action figure of this specific Batman I see on screen right now. Well, it took them 25 years, but it exists. Just in time for Christmas, we got the epic Marvel Select Venoms back in stock. I got Bluntman and Chronic figures. Don't really need to say more. It's a really cool week for trades. We've got Volume 3 of the current Cap Run Loose Nuke in paperback. We've got a hardcover omnibus of the amazing Ed Brubaker run, The Trial of Captain America. It's just a bit where Red Skull exposes Bucky as Winter Soldier to the world, and then he's put on trial. But boy, is it a doozy. The first 18 issues of Future's End are collected in a trade. It's not too late to jump in. If you still can't get enough Thanos, A God Up There Listening is a 5-issue mini, and it's out in hardcover. Kieran Gillen and Jamie McKelvey's full run on Young Avengers is collected in a really sweet $50 hardcover. We got 2 new bust banks this week, a super epic Infinity Gauntlet bank, as well as an Aliens bust bank. That's it for this week, guys. You don't want to miss next week because we're giving away some signed comics for free. Also, check us out on these guys. Do you ever want an action figure based on the art from the 1989 Nintendo game based on the Batman movie? I got one for you.